What's up, motive fans? First up, Merry Christmas. It's been an awesome 2016. We've done a lot with our project cars. We've had lots of events. A lot's been happening, and big thanks to you guys. Our YouTube channel has doubled in size this year. At this rate, we hopefully double again next year, because the more views we get means the more cool stuff we can do. Now, this Christmas message comes to you guys from inside our project R32 GT-R. Basically, this car got put on hold a little bit while we built the Forza car. It's taken a bit longer to do the next feature on this car than we would have liked. We went to do the tuning on it this week, but the fuel pump's starting to sort of not cope too well at higher power. Probably just getting a bit old, and a few other little issues we just want to fix. Nothing terminal, but the car drives perfectly fine on our new GTW3884 67mm. The new 4-inch exhaust is a lot quieter, as you can hear. Can cruise along pretty normally. But the reason we wanted to make this video today is you guys have been harassing the crap out of us about when's the next video. Well, we need to fix some things, retune it, Christmas break. It's going to be a few weeks. So we thought we'd take you for a drive in the car so you can see what it's like with the new turbo. Now, I'm in 4th gear at 3,000 RPM at 70 k's an hour because of the 6-speed. And at about 1/5 throttle, I've got 2 pound of boost. At full throttle, there's 10 pound of boost. As you can see, it hasn't got a problem driving around town nicely and making boost at low RPM. So what I'll do is I'll take you for a little drive through some back streets to get an idea of what it drives like before we'll find a place where we can safely give it a hit. So let's slow right back down. We're into 1st gear. I'm only going to rev the car to 3 grand. Pretty good, I reckon. That's all about quarter throttle, 3,000 RPM, and we're seeing 0.5 of a bar of boost. So, you know, we're seeing 7 pound of boost driving around like that. All right, so now we're only going to rev to 4 grand. Personally, compared to the GTX35, it's actually not a lot of difference. Most people know that RB26 is a pretty dead below 5 grand. And I can tell that it's a little bit lazier than the GTX3582, but that's expected. I mean, this turbo's 200 horsepower bigger. We're driving normally around town. If I need to get through traffic or whatever, as you can see, it's pretty good. It's making boost from as early as sort of 2,000 RPM. As you can see, I can just putt along, change it sort of 2,200. So that's now 5th gear at 1,800 RPM, doing like, you know, just under 60 k's an hour. Drives mint. So for all the guys who are asking what's it like to drive normally, well, it's killer. It's I barely noticed the difference from the 3582, to be honest. I mean, it's a little bit lazier, but not enough for you to be worried about it driving around normally. I'm at 2,000 RPM going up a hill in 5th gear. If I put my foot flat, I'm seeing sort of, you know, a couple of extra pound of boost, and it's no problem. But, you know, when do you drive at 2 grand driving normally anyway? Okay, so back in a second. Alright, so I've shown you that it's perfectly capable of being driven around town as a daily driver, and you can drive normally, but this is Motive DVD. What's it like to drive fast? Let's just do a bit of a roll on. I don't really have to say anything, do I? Even taking off normally and just rolling on, you can see that she's fast. Very fast. So if you're wondering what sort of power that's on, that's 24 pound of boost. That's wastegate pressure on this car now, and we're making about 475 kilowatts, so somewhere around sort of 630 horsepower at the wheels. For you people that like measuring engine horsepower and stuff, it's over 700. So as you can see, on 24 pound of boost, we've got over 700 horsepower. It can be driven perfectly every day. It can be driven in traffic. Even now in 6th gear, you know, I can still drive on the freeway with everyone else perfectly fine. It's daily drivable and responsive, even with a turbo this big. I will admit, the GTX3882 is probably going to be better if you want to do circuit and don't want to go past sort of 600 horsepower. But this turbo is probably going to make the sort of numbers you'd expect from something like a TO4Z or an old school GT42 without the lag. So it's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. GTW3884 67 mil is, you know, it's living up. It's living up to its name. It's pretty good. I'm impressed. But what's it like, you know, we're sort of on the freeway. If I go back a gear, that's pretty instant. Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot of delay waiting there for boost. And I kind of wasn't even really that high in the rev range then. Like if I go back to, you know, I'm in 5th, I'll go back to 3rd now, and that's part throttle, stand on it. Straight on. Well, there you have it, people. A quick drive in our R32 GT-R, and you can see that we're only just getting started. We're on about 630 horsepower at the wheels, or 700 or so at the engine, on 24 pound. We've probably got 10 pound of boost left to go in this thing in terms of making power, but you've already seen just how drivable it is. Perfectly drivable around town. The boost threshold might be slightly higher than the GTX3882, but you'd be hard pressed to pick it driving around normally. But when you're above the boost threshold, stand on it, pow, it's on boost straight away and it is gone. Response, not an issue. I would still put this turbo up to challenge Dash 5s, definitely. This is more responsive than any Dash 5 cars I've driven, and it's wicked. I can't wait to turn it up with another 10 pound of boost once we sort a couple little things out. But as for now, I'm going to the shops to get my bread and milk in our daily drivable 10-second GT-R, soon to be 9s. Merry Christmas, everyone. Peace out.